So that's the part. That's the part I'm concerned with, which is I love you both, but because it's entertaining, it's kind of unstable, this relationship, and there will be blow-ups in the future. There will be.
Yeah.
And
what should I do? That was another question. So if I see her eyes like turning red and she's like going, which I saw there, and I don't know what to do. So what do I just walk away? I mean, what do I do?
If you can
be like walk away.
They say disengage.
Wouldn't you?
You're maybe in the middle of a show and you have dual, sort of.
We're on camera.
You're responsible to. You're trying to make a show, and you want to not trigger her so much. But you have to get used to de-escalating things, and that's.
I don't know how to de-escalate when she goes into.
Stop pushing. So the nanny thing, it was a jab. Why don't you just be like, next topic, instead of, tell me why I'm a bad parent. Tell me why my mom should be watching my kids. Like, you just kept going for it, and you could have just ended it. I did it as an off jab. You could have just been like, all right, let's get, you know what I mean? Like, it was a jab, but.
That's what makes the show interesting.
Yeah, I can't let that go.
You have to learn where that line is. You have to really learn it and just stop. You have to just go, okay.
But I felt like at that point there was no saving it. I could tell. It was all just off the rails.
No, it wasn't until the Moses came in and everyone was making jokes, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, was that all a joke? Was that all just like when it was like a very serious thing to me? And then I was just like, that's when I like started like snapping. I was like, oh my God, I'm being made to look like stupid.
I was just trying to make light of it because Moses walks in he goes away to get pizza. We have a total meltdown. He comes back we were all happy when he left. And when he comes back, it's like nuclear, right? And so I was trying to make light of the fact that Moses came with the pizzas, and I was like, hey, Moses, the pizzas are here. And apparently
it just made me feel like made to look stupid on the show. Like I'm just supposed to be embarrassed. Like bring up the Hila thing, not on camera, but that's what started it all. And I was like, wow, you're just trying to make me look stupid and look bad in front of people, like for no reason.
Well, I was going to cut all that.
And I would urge you, Trisha, when you start feeling that way, bring that up, because I don't think he knew you were experiencing that.
Yeah.
So you start to experience shame, humiliation, all that stuff that you're kind of talking about. You have to say, I'm being triggered. These are feelings.
Yeah, right. I would respect that. But also to say, like, when I said that thing about let's not talk about Hila, I was going to cut that. So I'm sorry if I embarrassed you in that moment, but my intention wasn't to broadcast that to everybody either when I said it.
The good news is now when you say, look, I apologize, I really believe that as compared to where you guys were at the beginning of the show. So whatever we've done, you guys are sort of in certainly a better, more connected place right now.
Yeah, by the way, we did talk we talked a bit before we came on and kind of buried that.
And I talked to Hila already too. Like, I think that was like the big thing for me because I was more embarrassed about what I said about Hila. It's like whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just kidding.
I really don't take offense to anything. You could say anything.
I know
to me.
you don't. Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is there will be future fights, so I guess I will be back.
Yay! We love Dr. Drew.
Well, which is funny because of the timing was unbelievable.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Yep,
maybe we just subconsciously were like, maybe it's time to just go wild because we know he's coming next week.
Hey guys, there's one last thing to think about, and that is, if you think about a lot of celebrity marriages where you have, two celebrities together, often they don't survive. And the reason is because if you have two high-level narcissists in a relationship, it just explodes. So maybe what we've discovered here is that if one person is high narcissism and the other is not, that's why the show works.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Thank you for the observation, doctor. And basically, my opinion really is that I'm always willing to make it work, and there's nothing you can say or do, or you can say and storm out or whatever it is that's going to make me abandon you.
Okay.
But Trisha believes you will.
Yeah.
And he will do stuff.
You don't believe me?
Because he even wanted to take a break. He didn't even want me to be on for this show. Like originally you said, don't come on.
I wasn't going to do the show without you.
But you wanted him to take a break. You wanted me to take a break when I didn't want to. And I was like, oh, so that's like pushing me. That's how I sat. But I get it.
I keep trying to explain to you, but,
I know.
But it's the problem is between Hila and Moses, okay? They have a family issue.
But you kept saying, I don't think you can continue the show. I don't think the show is like worth it anymore. That's what you said on H3 Live.
Oh, well.
So the problem is that Trisha really has issues with abandonment. And when you go down that path, it's very evocative for her.
I will not abandon you.
And what will happen is she will abandon you before you have a chance to abandon her.
And that's what I try to do. I try to be like, you know what? You can't fire me. I quit. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to quit. Because he kept saying on H3 Live, this show's not worth it. It's not worth the family drama. And I was like, well, in that case, then I don't care about you either. And I will quit the show.
Right. That's not good.
And by the way, I don't take that seriously because I feel like I know who and how and what you feel in your heart. And so when you go to those places, I don't take it personally. But the problem again,
she means it though. She means when it's real to her, it's real.
It is real. That's what I'm saying.
But I know she comes around. I know you come around.
Well, you got to be really careful with that because it can be a problem.
Well, okay. Listen. The issue is it's external. It's not between me and you necessarily. It's about what happens. It's about what sometimes you say. We've talked about boundaries before. It's about what you say about Hila's family and the subsequent.
We never had this conversation off camera. It was always on camera where I just assumed it was like for the show. You don't mind me poking at it. It's like reality show where you just say stuff to poke people. And you never told me off camera hey, really stop talking about it.
There are natural boundaries, but I was wrong.
There's no natural boundaries on our show. Like you literally like say so much shit.
To say that somebody's brother hates them and their mom's not invited to the wedding.
Oh my God. Like, and it was so clearly a joke where I'm like, Dan and his girlfriend.
It was not a joke.
When I said you guys weren't invited. A joke.
I mean, just be honest. Everybody perceived that as not being a joke. Go ahead, Dan.
No, I mean, Trisha's right. You guys talk shit all the time. I don't know. I don't think you should have been as offended as you were. At least without having the conversation off the air.
The conversation off the air, I agree. But I wasn't offended. I just said we can't talk about this. I said Hila doesn't want to talk about the family stuff.
We're talking about two different things now, though.
Yeah, you just want.
But I'm not offended. I'm not offended by anything you ever
about
told
saying
me.
you're not invited to the wedding. I joked him and Eli. I was like, you know what? Dan and his girlfriend are invited, but you're not invited. You really think I'm going to invite Dan and his girlfriend over you and Eli?
No, that was a joke. That was a joke.
And that's the same sense that I said, and his mom too.
Yeah.
There was a different comment where you said
it was in that same circumstance. It's like, and not his mom either. Clearly, and if it's not a joke, it's not a joke. You missed it, whatever. But it's like that said, it was one time you guys cut it out, and you never addressed why you cut it out. You never said, "Hey, don't do that. That's not cool." Never. You just cut it out, and then I was like, "Oh, okay." They just cut it out, like not a big deal. They just didn't like it or whatever. But you never once said this is a serious problem. Hila's like family's intention of it. No one told me anything. Moses didn't tell me. You didn't tell. How was I supposed to know? It was an offhanded joke.
Moses should have told you because Hila kept talking to him about how
Hila should talk to me. That was the whole point.
Yes.
How am I supposed to know something I'm saying is that offensive to people? I took it as lighthearted. Like who cares? We talk about your family.
It wasn't one incident. And Dan, you have to back me up here. But don't, unless you agree with me, is that continually throughout episodes, you're always making comments about Moses not being close to his family.
Because it bothers you guys, so I kept doing it. And you never once told me off camera that it's not, that you don't like that, stop doing it. You always said on camera, you just like, it's the way you poke me about everything in my life. You do it too.
To me, that seems like an obvious boundary. And on the show, I would be like, you have to stop saying that. But you're right. I agree with you.
I'm getting confused where the boundaries are. You guys need to talk about that.
That's it for me. That's the only boundary.
And speaking of boundaries, weren't we heading towards the exit about 5 minutes ago?
Yeah. You guys have what do you guys got something to do?
Like,
yes, I have something to do.
Sorry.
What, a couple of doctors? You got nothing better to do?
Sorry.
Okay,
Thank
Dr.
you,
Drew, Dr. Young, thank you so much for your time. We love and appreciate you guys so much and wish you all the best. So thank you so much.
Bye.
Okay. Well, I love those guys.
I love them too. I love Dr. Drew, like in a weird
really nice
way.
And I think he's handsome, so that makes you want to talk Dr. Drew.
It's a little uncomfortable because I have the condition where I think everyone wants to fuck me. I'm like, oh, should we do a podcast and be in the same room together?
You're trying to already, Dr. Drew doesn't want to fuck you, but you have that 3 out of 3 on Vanity.
Right.
So
you never know. You never know.
Okay, that's true. But like, you have to temper your feelings about whenever you think, oh, that dude definitely wants to fuck me. Just remember, I do have a 3 out of 3 on Vanity.
Which means they do want to fuck me or what?
No, it means that your filter is fucked up.
Sure. I guess I've just never been turned down by like someone I wanted to have sex with. So I just always assume everyone wants to have sex with me. But yeah, you're probably right. I'm not going to lie.
You've never been turned down. Well, what does it look like when you try to fuck someone? Because like,
I never initiate it. I always have the person initiate it. So
that seems like a confirmation bias.
Wait, what do you mean?
If they're trying to fuck you, they're interested in you.
Yeah, but like every guy I've been with, obviously obviously not you or people that are married or relationship. I'm saying in general. Like I won't say who.
Here's what I'll tell you. Here, I'll place this down. I'll place this gauntlet down.
Okay.
If you fuck Dr. Drew, then I will agree with you.
I'm
you know what? You are
the
sex goddess. I bow down to you. Yeah, well, Moses. What is Moses scary? He's out. You know what I mean? It's all part of. It's for the. It's for love of the game. It's not about him.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Oh my God.